Welcome! Please subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Levels of learners. Getting familiar with the level of learners in your classroom is by far one of the simplest yet most underrated aspects of classroom management. It's useful for the teacher to get an idea of on which level the students are, relatively speaking, in their programs, what they can do in English, and what they need to focus on. This will allow the teacher to set effective lessons and organize and plan his or her classroom accordingly. Level systems, however, can be subjective, as students have very different backgrounds, strengths, and weaknesses. Some students will test high in grammar and vocabulary, but low in speaking and listening. Others will test high in a conversational setting and low on grammar points. The list of levels of learners. The absolute beginners and false beginners. The beginning students. The high beginner students. The low intermediate students. The intermediate students. The high intermediate students. The advanced students. The professional level students. And the bilingual level students. Now we will discuss each level of learner. The absolute beginners and false beginners. These students know little to no English. They are generally found together in the same class. What sets the false beginners aside from the absolute beginners is that they recognize some aspects of the language, like phrases, words, and some written forms. However, neither can communicate in the language as yet. The beginning students. These students can read some signs, comprehend simple instructions, and respond to simple questions. They can communicate basic ideas such as greetings and personal information such as age, occupation, address, and telephone number. They know something of the simple present and present continuous tenses, but have not mastered the differences between the two. The high beginner students. This level of student can communicate on matters directly related to his or her life, but have difficulties describing anything more than the familiar. They are able to ask questions on topics with which they are familiar, but question formation is still a problem in terms of correctness. Auxiliary verbs to be and to do are commonly confused. Still, the listener is usually able to understand that he or she is being asked a question. The low intermediate students. These students are beginning to develop basic competence in spoken English. They can take care of their day-to-day needs in English and communicate and understand quite a bit at a simple level. They are able to ask for clarification when they don't understand, though they are unable to deal with detailed, fast-spoken, or complex language. Students can use past tenses more comfortably now, but still with considerable error correction needed. The intermediate students. These students have a good command of all the present tenses and knowledge of the past tenses, but still possess no fluency with these tenses. They will also have some more information about the present perfect tense, but no competency in its application in most situations. These students can speak not only about personal and most everyday situations, but work-related situations now as well. Though still making quite a few mistakes, they have much more confidence in trying to get their ideas across. The high intermediate students. These students are comfortable with most of the basic structures of the language, the simple tenses, most of the basic grammatical forms, basic syntax, and common pronunciation forms, though they still need help with the format. At this level, they will be introduced to the major aspects of present perfect and learn to distinguish it from simple past. They will also begin work on the conditional and should do quite well with the first conditional, but will not master the second or third. They will, however, comprehend the basic idea of these tenses. The advanced students. These students have command of most areas of the language. They will be quite comfortable with most of the tenses and the conditional. They may still make some errors in using by not understanding the third conditional. They can begin to identify nuances and infer meaning in some cases. This student, if preparing for college or university, should succeed in passing his or her TOEFL by the conclusion of this level. Written English should also be adequate, though often not fluent enough to allow the student to function in college work. They will often need remedial ESL writing classes in college. The professional level students. At this level, students are fully competent in and can handle most aspects of the language in either a university or job-related setting. Complex language and reading are now part of the individual's daily abilities in the language. Errors and misunderstandings do occur, but are usually self-remedied as the individual recognizes the problem when it occurs. In general, the only problems that remain are in the areas of idiom, slang, and expression, but the individual is often able to infer their meaning from context, or if not, rapidly find out and comprehend the meaning by asking for clarification. The bilingual level student. The individual at this point has essentially complete command of the language. Mistakes and errors are rare because of a lack of knowledge, but might result from fatigue or stress. This individual is aware of the varieties of English and its accents and can deal with them for the most part as a native speaker might. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't want to miss out? Subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Have a good week and also check out the free quiz available at linktree/Miss Mo. Bye bye.